In this video, traders, we're going to look at, are you too harsh on yourself? Yes, you. Stick around. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. All right, so are you too harsh on yourself? I'm going to take the assumption that if you're watching this video, if you are trying to improve as a trader, you have probably more than once made a mistake, done something seemingly you've labeled as stupid, and you've been very, very harsh on yourself. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say, don't push yourself, don't be critical of your performance, don't let yourself off the hook. That's not the way it works, guys. You know, I know, we have to have some kind of drive, some kind of determination, some kind of desire to improve. However, many of us make the mistake that we're way too harsh on ourselves. We talk to ourselves like we would never talk to an employee. If you were giving someone £500,000 of your money to trade, would you talk to them the same way you talk to yourself? Probably not. So that's always a good initial filter. It's always to say, okay, would I talk to somebody else like this? Probably not. Then I probably shouldn't talk to myself like this, because listen, I don't know what's going on in subconscious mind, guys. There's loads of experts out there who kind of do much more research than me, but all I know is that, you know, if you're talking to yourself with such criticism and in such a kind of unpleasant way, it won't work for improvement. It will look as if you're just whipping yourself, you're chastising yourself, you're being your own tyrant, and you're not being supported. Now, listen, you know, I'm not one of these fluffy guys, and oh yes, you should kind of forgive yourself and all this stuff all the time. You've got to set yourself standards. Otherwise, you're not going to improve. You've got to set yourself high standards, but it's the way that you reach those is the subtle distinction. And this is something, you know, that kind of a lot of people at the top of their game have to deal with. You know, we can be so critical of ourselves that it's finding that fine line instead of beating ourselves up. You know, more than once, I bet you've taken a trade and you've done all these kind of things where you said, you know, you're stupid, you're an idiot. How can you not just stick to these rules? I can't believe you're going to be so stupid of this. Why have you broken this rule again? You're an idiot. You're never going to become a great trader. And all you're doing is just hammering yourself. And listen, there's no, we don't want to do is just sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. We don't want to do that, but we want to try to change the way that we approach the self-talk with ourselves. So, okay, not okay. Liberals are going to love this, aren't they? Not okay. It's not okay to say this. You get the point. This is kind of what we are kind of allowed to say to ourselves and how we should try to change. Like all these changes, guys, not going to change overnight, but we want to be able to slowly change the way that we're just a little bit kinder. I'm not saying back off the throttle and don't drive ourselves to get better at trading, because of course, if we don't, we're never going to improve. So yes, we still need to keep the pressure on, keep the standards high, try to, you know, keep that discipline up, but it's the way we approach it. So things like, okay, why did you do that? You're so stupid. Change it and say, why did you do that? How can we resolve it? It's done now. How can we decide or put a structure and a focus and a procedure in place, a process, better word, in place for the future so we avoid these mistakes? Because we human beings, we're going to make mistakes. To say you're stupid to make the mistake is almost stupid, because you're saying you're stupid, but then you're not giving yourself any way to not do it. All you're doing is relying on sheer willpower and sheer determination and sheer this to get through it. And that's a hard way of doing it. Just make a process to stop yourself getting into whatever you're doing. Maybe, I don't know, trading the first 5 minutes of the day. You know you do that, it's detrimental because so much noise around getting stopped out. I'm not going to trade in the first 5 minutes of the day. The next day comes, you do it, and you trade again, like, well, do it. So we'll put a structure in place, have an alarm, do something. Don't log onto your broker account until, you know, there's so many kind of operational things you can do to help yourself with the discipline as well. Then things like I can't do this, I can't do that. And yeah, I'm not talking to children here, guys, I appreciate that, but not saying there's no such word as can't, remember that whole thing, but I can't do this right now. You know, I'm struggling with this right now, but let me look at a solution-based approach to the problem, you know, rather than saying I can't do this, I can't ever do this, I just can't seem to get it right, I can't seem to make a profitable trade, I can't seem to run my trades. Okay, I can't run my trades right now. However, if I stick to this and I try to do this and this will help me be able to run my trades in future. You know, we all want that quick switch. We want to go, right, I'm not running my trades. Oh, suddenly I'm running my trades. Oh, I'm not sticking to my rules. Oh, suddenly I am. It doesn't work like that. I have to do it gradually and change our thought process and the mechanics and the habits and all that kind of stuff. The other one is, you're an idiot, you're a fool, you're a beep, 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 you know, all this kind of stuff we talk to ourselves, we call ourselves all these things under the sun. No, that's not what I want to do, guys. It's, listen, again, mistake made, solution-based approach, solution-focused approach. You've made a mistake. It's not a good mistake. Again, let's go back to the beginning of the video. How would you talk to somebody who was managing your money? Very unlikely you'd go, you effing idiot, you this, that, the other. You'd say, hey, listen, how can we avoid this in the future? You'd sit down and you'd probably chat together and work out together so that that person was in agreement with you. If you've ever managed people, that's the way you do it. You sit down and say, hey, you made a mistake. What do you think we can do to make sure this mistake doesn't happen again? And you involve them in the process and you put it together and you say, yeah, do you think that's going to work? Yes, I do. Great. And then they feel like they've been part of it. They feel more engaged with actually sticking with the new procedure and the new process moving forward. Do that with yourself. Say, hey, there's a mistake made. Sit down. How can we work out together, you and your subconscious, if you like, ways to stop doing this in future? And again, you're never going to get perfection, but at some point it's going to work out for you. And it's always a never. So, you know, I never do this right. I never stick to my rules. I never do this. Okay, well, change it and say, and actually this is more a case of, you know, never do this, don't do the other, and having all these lists of negative things in your plan. Just say, right, I'm always going to be following my process. I'm always going to place a stop. So changing it around a little bit into a more positive and a thing to do rather than not to do. I just think that, you know, that's a personal thing that I think is better if you say, this is what I'm going to do, and sometimes just reversing what you're not going to do, if that makes any sense at all. Hopefully it does, guys, and you can comment in the comment section below and decipher it for others if you've got a better way of phrasing it. But I guess you probably understand where I'm coming from with this. You guys on the channel have been here a while. You know where I'm coming from with this kind of situation. So are you too harsh on yourself? Have a think about it. I say, don't let off the throttle. Don't be the sort of person who just lets everything go and makes no effort to improve. No, but at the same time, if you're constantly beating yourself up, if you're constantly whipping yourself, if you're like your own tyrant, you're just not going to get the results you want as quick as you want. It's far better to find that sweet spot for your personality and be driven, be focused, but just be a little bit more forgiving. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.